Picture a 15-year-old boy in the Philippines. He sits at his computer in a small room. Every single week, he makes over 150 US dollars. He does not work in a hot factory. He does not work in a noisy store. Instead, he plays a computer game. This is a very surprising fact. But you know what? It shows us exactly how the old rules of money are breaking down across the world right now. Today, we must ask one central question for this explainer. What is really happening in Southeast Asia today? You might see happy vacation videos with white sand on your phone. You might read about big business deals in the daily news. But let me tell you, the real story on the ground is very different. The truth is much more complex. We need to look closely at the hard facts. Here is the short answer. The physical cities, the brick buildings, and the dirt roads have hidden problems, but young people are finding new digital paths. They use plastic keyboards and glass screens to earn real money. They build new ways to live. Let us dive into point 1, the economy. Many people say the money and jobs in Southeast Asia are growing fast. Well, when we look closely, we see sudden, hard stops. In early 2024, the government in the Philippines simply stopped building roads and bridges. The paper money was late. Because of this, government construction dropped by a massive 31.5%. This leaves a huge hole in the ground. Companies do not buy heavy steel. They do not hire loud cement trucks. Workers just lose their jobs and go home. Think of it like this. It works exactly like gas in a car. A country's money is the liquid gas. The physical roads and bridges are the metal engine. When the government stops putting gas into the engine, the car stops moving. The whole country stalls. Workers go home with empty pockets. They cannot buy fresh rice or fish at the local market. Families sit in quiet houses. To hide these empty pockets, countries often put on a mask. Look at this grand golden display inside a modern airport in Indonesia. Countries like Indonesia build very big, shiny buildings. Why? They want to look rich. They want to look strong to the outside world. They hope foreign buyers will bring large bags of cash. So they paint the walls with bright colors. But the inside is not always strong. In fact, in Indonesia, people have a special name for bad company shares. They call them deep-fried stocks. A piece of fried chicken looks very tasty and golden on the outside, but inside it is full of heavy oil. It is very unhealthy for your human body. These stocks act the same way. They go fast, then they crash fast to the bottom. Normal people put their hard work and savings into these stocks. They hope to buy a new house with a strong roof. Instead, the price drops. They lose everything. I believe that spending too much time trying to look rich makes the real country very weak. We can see this weakness in Thailand too. Consider the number 2,000. In just 1 year, nearly 2,000 physical factories closed their heavy doors in Thailand. Normal people simply have too much debt. They owe too much paper money to the big banks. Because of this, they cannot buy new cars, they cannot buy new clothes, the factory owners lock the heavy metal doors, the loud machines sit in the dark, the workers have no place to go. This brings us to point 2, living there. Many foreigners want to escape their expensive, crowded cities. They pack their bags. They move to Southeast Asia. They think daily life will be easy and cheap. But there is a clear difference between a short vacation and real life. A vacation in Vietnam is cheap and fun. You eat a warm bowl of noodle soup for $2, you drink cold, sweet coffee in the sun, but real life brings heavy paper traps. Foreigners face bad rules. The strict visa rules change suddenly. You might run an apartment and find dark, black mold on the bedroom walls. The loud traffic noise outside your window never stops. You must learn this strict rule. Trust is not a strategy. You cannot just believe a friendly smile when you sign a legal paper. You must check every single word. Renting a house or opening a small store can quickly become a very expensive trap. One small mistake with the local police or a bad landlord can easily cost you $10,000. And a local court will not help you if you do not understand the spoken language. This trap also happens when lonely people look for love. Here is a true quote about dating in the Philippines. Eating dessert first before they actually eat the main course. Many foreign men come for a very short time. They want a fast, physical connection. They do not want to wait. This works like a simple daily meal. A fast physical relationship is like eating sweet sugar cake before you eat your cooked meat and green vegetables. Sweet cake is fun, right? It tastes very good in your mouth right now. But if you only eat cake, you will get a bad stomachache. You miss the real, healthy food of a strong family. You might find out the person just wants your cash to buy a new phone. You do not build real trust over time. I strongly believe that rushing love always leads to deep pain and empty pockets. Now, let us move to point 3, digital jobs. We talked about broken physical roads. We talked about closed factories with locked doors. So what do the young people do to eat? They do not sit and wait for the government to pour new gray cement. No, they use a digital escape. Young boys and girls in the Philippines and Indonesia turn on their glowing computers. They do not rely on local stores for daily work. They learn to write complex computer code. They build huge digital worlds. They spend their days on global game platforms like Roblox. They follow 3 simple, smart steps. Step 1, they build a fun computer game. Step 2, other players buy digital hats or digital shoes in the game. Because of this, the young creator earns digital coins. Step 3, they change these digital coins into real US dollars. They skip the broken local banks completely. They move the money across the world in 1 second. This works exactly like a digital factory. A young person sits at a wooden desk in a dark room, but they sell their computer skills to rich buyers far away in America or Europe. They do not need a tight business suit. They do not need a paper bus ticket. They just need a strong internet wire. They draw colorful pictures. They write fast code. They earn real foreign cash. Then they spend this foreign cash to buy fresh food in their local town. Now we return to our first central question. What is really happening in Southeast Asia today? Well, we have looked closely at the hard facts in this explainer. We have seen the empty physical factories. We have seen the bright new computers. Here is the direct, honest answer. The physical dirt roads are broken. The real-world promises of easy money are failing, but new digital doors are wide open. The young generation is walking through these bright computer doors. They use these doors to build their own safe lives. Let me leave you with this final important thought. The future in these countries is built with fast code on a glass screen. It is not built with heavy cement on the ground. So I must ask you, are you ready for a new world where digital land is worth more than the physical street outside your window?